Hey y'all, it's Sunday morning and my husband and I are actually going to go hike Tiger Creek Preserve, which is that place I went on the guided hike with the Florida Native Plant Society. I filmed a little bit of it. It's where I saw the zebra swallowtail. And then I'll be back hanging out in my garden. I'm just coming out real quick to do a quick walkthrough, make sure all the caterpillars have food and nothing needs taken care of before we go hike. Oh, look, a monarch just came down. Get some nectar. I love seeing that. But I'm still telling you, last year to this year, so many fewer butterflies. So many fewer. And I know you've heard me say that before, but now I'm pretty certain it's because I'm not raising and releasing as many. So I have been bringing in more caterpillars, as you've seen, and I'm hoping that as they get older and eclose, I'll see the butterfly population in my garden increase. But what this is telling me is there's not enough other butterfly host plants out. I'm watching this. Oh my gosh. There's not enough other butterfly host plants out and about in my area. And that when I just let things go in my garden and let my butterfly garden be its natural butterfly garden, the predators are still very overwhelming to the survivability of the eggs and the caterpillars. So, those are my thoughts. Okay, I'm gonna go check on the caterpillars in the enclosure, make sure they have enough food, and go have a beautiful hike. We are having wacky weather. You know I've talked about wacky weather, but in this case, it's good wacky weather. We have very low humidity. It was like in the 60s or low 70s early this morning. It's almost June and in Florida. So I'm going to take advantage of it and go. I'm going to take advantage of it and go on a hike. Okay, y'all, look. Look, you can see. Look at the end of this. Something snapped off the top and the plant was knocked over and probably ran off with it, but it did not. Yes, it did. Look, over here on this side. What am I going to do? Oh my goodness. Maybe this bushmint is not big enough because the one on the other side's bigger. It did look like it was a cut and run sort of thing because it didn't stick around and eat. Oh my gosh, I cannot have this happening in my garden again. I feel like there's maybe 2 people in the world that have their milkweed eaten by some creature, probably rats or mice. But the milkweed on this side, untouched. What is that? So I think what I'm going to do is all those new beautiful milkweeds I got, they're going to get planted over here. They're just going to get all crammed in. And it's going to be okay. Because I can't lose all my milkweed. That's crazy. Yeah, look who is on the side of this pot that I think I'm going to be seeing later today. Another monarch butterfly. Flying in my garden soon. I love when it gets to the point where you can see right through and see their little wings. This is in the enclosure. This pot was actually in the enclosure and I took it out and then I discovered this little one. Hey y'all, it's Monday morning, it's Memorial Day, and I'm off. Only a day and a half left to work till summer break. Well, then we have a teacher work day, but I'm getting ready to head out my garden. And last night I got this burst of energy, but my phone had no energy. So it didn't get to see anything that I did, but I can tell you all. So I planted the other bushmint and some of the swamp milkweeds in the one side of the garden where the sneaky snacker wasn't going. And so now I'm walking out to see what happened. And I'm hoping that nothing has eaten my milkweed. So this is the old milkweed section where the sneaky snacker was munching. And you can see there's a lot of grasses in there as I dug up a lot of the grasses that were across the pond. On the other side of the pond, in the other section to fit the swamp milkweed in. And look, it's not been eaten. I bet it's that bushmint. Look at there. See, and you can see this is the one plant right here that was over there, and it's still intact. So I'm guessing the bushmint or something else in this wetland garden is keeping the rats away from my milkweed, and I am thrilled. So I think I'm going to dig up, there's a couple little, let me show you. There's a couple little stems of milkweed still over in the grasses. You can see right here. Look, it's starting to grow back already. So I'm going to dig these up and move them over there too. And if Catherine gets in more bushmint, which I hope she does, I'm going to be buying some more. Mm-hmm. Y'all, it is moments like this and I'm so glad I have a husband, because I just came across one of those giant bufo frogs in my garden. And ugh, like I can't even gather my thoughts. It was huge. Ugh. And they can kill. Like if my dogs got into them, it could kill them because of the poison things that it has on the top of its body. So thankfully, my husband knew what to do. And now I'm back in my garden, but you know how you have that like spooked feeling? So like every little noise I hear, I'm like, and so I have to get back to my calm gardening place. That was disgusting. Bufo toads? Is it bufo toads or frogs? I don't even know. If it's bufo, it must go. They're invasive and they're not supposed to be here. And they kill dogs. I'm glad I have a husband. Back to gardening. Yeah, look who I have right here. Now this little monarch's chrysalis didn't form perfectly, and it had like, how do I describe it? Where it seals around the top of the chrysalis, it was like a little gap. It was wider than normal, and that section turned dark. And so I thought, well, I don't know how we're going to come out. So I isolated it. It's actually been hanging on this milk crate that just had plants in it just to see what it would do. But look, I mean, we are enclosed. We are working our proboscis. And I don't know, looking all right. So I'll keep an eye on it. Don't know who it is, male or female yet. But I'm just happy to see that it made it to this point. Woohoo! Sometimes things happen in the process that makes a chrysalid look a little funky, but it doesn't necessarily mean there's something wrong with it. You guys, there was just a polydamas swallowtail butterfly in my garden. I didn't get to film it, but it was here. It was my first sighting. And I've got my woolly Dutchman's pipevine right over there, waiting for eggs. Oh, that means they should be coming soon. Absolutely love those caterpillars. Well, I kind of love all caterpillars, don't I? But I really, really, really love those ones. You know, I want to have a chat with some of these butterflies because, I mean, look at this garden. Like, why would you come and leave? Why don't they just stay here? There's nothing around like this. There's a monarch. He knows what's good. These are my assistants hard at work. Yeah, look, somebody is green now. This is one of my Eastern Tiger swallowtail caterpillars on its host plant wafer ash, and it is absolutely adorable. This is my very first time raising these guys. You can see the rest of them. They're still wearing their brown instar. But then I've got this one absolutely adorable little green one. Look how cute. Oh my gosh. I can't even stand it. I don't understand why everybody doesn't raise these. I mean, look how cute they are. We're starting a trend. We are trendsetters. Okay, I'm out in my front yard above my red maple tree. And there's this huge moth blending in, beautiful camouflage. See when you see it. See when I see it. There it is. Look at that. It's huge. I don't know if you can tell how huge it is, but it's pretty huge. And I don't want to get too close and disturb it. And I'm sorry, I'm so horrible. I've got my arm stretched up above my head to get up to its level. That's incredible. I have to go do some research and find out who this is. Hey y'all, good morning. This is my first official day of summer break, and I'm spending this entire day in my garden. And I've been out here for probably an hour or more already, just sitting, doing a study, my own study to learn more about soil. I've learned some really interesting things so far, and I'll share them with you as I go. It is just so lovely to be out here, to see what happens in my garden in a whole day and just relax. So far I brought in one monarch caterpillar. There's 3 monarch butterflies flying around. I've been doing some photography and a little bit of filming of them to make some reels on my Instagram. If y'all don't follow me on Instagram, go over there. I'm about to hit 10,000 followers there, and I'd love it if you're a subscriber, if you go and follow me there Also, it's the same name, Butterfly Gardening Inspirations. I post a lot of photos, and I make reels of butterflies and caterpillars, you know, that sort of thing.